don't know if you can, if you're tuned in yet or not. Anyway, I have to. I'm gonna have to delete my last video. I don't know what the hell happened. So my video uploaded, and the volume is practically non-existent. Um, Spent half an hour doing it, and the volume is screwed. So I'm going live here on my phone here just to hey, what's up? I'm going live here real quick just to let you know my last video volume was something went horribly wrong, so I'm about to delete that video. I'm going to delete it right now, as a matter of fact, and you can't hear anything. I don't know what happened. It's got 20 thumbs up, but I have to delete it. Sorry. So let's see here. I guess I have to go into edit video. Well, I'll figure it out. Anyway, yeah, I'm gonna delete it. I spent half an hour explaining all this great stuff. At least what it was worth, and nothing. What a waste of time. So I'm gonna delete that. I'll re-upload it, or maybe I'll even just go live, and I'll do it on my phone. Can't see the chat here. Let me see. How do you see the chat with the? Sorry, I'm not used to this. I'm not used to the live thing. I don't do the mark thing. You got 7 people in here. I can't see your chat though. I don't know what you're saying if you're typing anything in here. Top chat. Oh, somebody wrote all right. So I guess okay. Hey, let me just tell you. So I went and I made this video. Hey, how are you, Jesus sausage? I made this video basically talking about how we live in imaginary places. And what I was saying basically was that, I'm not talking about the holographic universe theory or anything like that. It's that people literally like go through this like world, and we observe like really insane stuff all the time. We don't really even think about how crazy it is. So real quick, so I was like thinking to myself, I live down here in Florida. You might live somewhere else. There's a whole world map here, and all these different places with different names that they're actually like imaginary places. They don't actually exist. We just have these things called authorities, and they just declare these imaginary borders. And how crazy it is because, like, for example, if you're like in any of these states down here, where I've traveled through all of them in the East Coast here, and you can go to Florida here, and you can pump your own gas, and you can go all these other places. And if you're in this imaginary place called New Jersey, you can't. Can everybody hear me? Okay, is my volume okay now? 'Cause the last video I couldn't hear it myself. I'm gonna have to delete that other video. Is everybody able to hear me? Okay, somebody said yes. Okay, so it's lawful, quote unquote, in the imaginary places outside New Jersey, that if you go in there, you can you in any of these other places, you can pull into a gas station, you go and pay for your gas, and you go out to the gas pump, and then you pay for you pump your own gas. If you end up in New Jersey, it is illegal to pump your own gas. So just you're the same human being in all these other places, and then when you go to this imaginary place with imaginary borders called New Jersey, that now it's illegal to pump your own gas. And this kind of insanity is like all over the place with all these arbitrary borders and arbitrary restrictions and rules, and how we live in this really crazy world where we most of the time we don't even notice these things. And I was saying how this has to do with the whole reincarnation soul trap, is that it's all part of the whole scheme to program you with two different things. One is to give up your individuality, and the other one, wow, I got 14 people in here. I just went live without announcing anything, just to tell you that I'm going to delete my last video. Anyway, so like we're all like programmed to to have a mindset that there's an authority, and to have a mindset to try to remove or steal your individuality. And these two things follow us into the afterlife, and that's how you get caught into the reincarnation soul trap. Two of the biggest tools used against you. And if you understand that there's no such thing as actual authority over you, what it is force and coercion. So all we have is when your consciousness goes into the incarnates in the human body, you are under this reduced perception, this reduced consciousness. Your brain, as Rupert Sheldrake mentioned, is like a reducing valve. And then you have this constant bombardment, indoctrination of authority, but there's no authority. It's just force and coercion. So, like I was saying, so let's say I travel into New Jersey and I try to pump my own gas, and there's the police are there or something, and they see me doing that, and I don't want to stop. Now they're going to escalate their force on me until I either get arrested or get a fine or whatever. And this kind of insanity goes all over the place, right? So you travel from place to place, and now you're subject to these different rules, but you're the same person. So I'm perfectly capable of pumping my own gas, and I'm sure everybody in New Jersey that lives there is capable of pumping their own gas. But instead of being given a choice on whether or not they want to pump their own gas, they have to follow this arbitrary authority, and nobody like stops to think of how crazy that is. That's just crazy. And so when you what's that now? You know what? This is the first time I've live chatted and I don't know how long, and I see your comments and then they disappear. So I don't know what's going on there. Like I see your posting comments, and then they kind of vanish. And I do not consent. I won't follow authority. Is any authority? That's right. That's the mindset. So when you're in the body here, you are going to be subject to force and coercion. When you're out of the body, after your life is over here, if you really have that mindset that there's no such thing as a loss of your individuality and a loss and some kind of adherence to an authority, you have a much easier time opting out of this whole system. The way I see it is, we did volunteer or consent to come here. We agreed to a terms of service and privacy policy to incarnate here as human beings. We did it because it appears exciting, especially to a naive spirit. It appears like a game. It's temporary. They tell you it's temporary, right? There's like a gatekeeping system here where you agree to opt in. And it's no different than when we opt in to use an online service that may not be in our best interest. How many online services are, spying on you, or data mining you, or collecting your information so that they can, basically it's like virtual loosh. They collect all this stuff and they make money on your information. But you agreed to it. You signed off on the terms of service and the privacy policy. But you didn't have to agree to it. For example, I never used Facebook. I'm not on Facebook. I was never on Facebook. Hated Facebook from the beginning. Just never agreed to it. So I never used it. And therefore, I opted out. And it was that simple. And I think actually this is like this whole world, this whole reincarnation soul system here is it's like not really a trap, because you can choose to leave anytime you want to. You just have to choose to leave, and you have to have a right mindset. Because if you're going to subject yourself to things you perceive to be an authority, you will be recycled back here because you think you have to obey things. And in the body here, like I said, we can be coerced. You have to comply. You have to compromise, even though you don't want to, because there could be physical and financial ramifications, and you may have entered into other contracts here, marriage contracts, other relationships that could all be ruined if you decide not to, compromise at times. But when you're out of the body, once this life is over, you no longer have to do that. Everything here also tries to steal your individuality. It tries to take away from you your individualness. Now, you know what? I'm not going to delete that video. What? Because I posted links that I thought you should check out. So if you see that video with low sound, just ignore it. Go into the what do you call it? The comment section or the description section, and in the description section under the video, I posted these links. These links are basically my website, overwatchproject.com. This article from this blog of somebody who escaped some cult talking about the bullshit of oneness, which is something I've, just because these gurus and all this stuff and everybody tells you to give up your individuality, like we're supposed to somehow just take it as a rule or a thing, like, some persona that has some guru tag attached to them says something and everybody runs around like it's the oh, that's the truth or something. And I think that that's a bunch of BS. Think for yourself. Don't take my word for anything. I posted enough information here that you can do your own research on my website. I have all these links and books you can look at, all this stuff, all the material basically I've gone through in depth in the last 15 years, all the stuff that I've looked at, and you can decide for yourself. You have you be your own individual. This isn't like a group thing here where I'm running a club or I'm your leader or something like that. Definitely don't want to lead anybody. I avoid that stuff. I just want to be alone or left alone. I don't follow and I don't lead. I'm my own thing. So basically, I'm like a sole operator here. And I just wanted to say I may have to do these live things from now on because I don't no idea what the hell happened. The OBS editor recorded my podcast. Everything looked good on the levels, and the volume is just not there anymore. I updated OBS and I updated my laptop here, and I don't know what the hell happened. So anyway, that's what I wanted to say. Basically, don't surrender your individuality. Don't just automatically listen to people just because they say something. And somehow, isn't it weird how like these so-called gurus and people that have these books, they write all these books on meditation, this, that, and the other thing, and they tell you, oh, you're not you, you're everything else, you're merge back with source and all this other stuff. And how do you know that's not just complete total utter bullshit? It seems to me like it all has a similar thing. They all want to steal your individualness and your individuality. And I think you should just maintain your sovereignness and choose not to reincarnate here if that's what you want to do. That's what I'm going to try to do. And you can choose to get out of the system. And it's that simple. It doesn't require any complicated thing. Like for example, I really as simple as those online services. I used to use Gmail. I didn't like their terms of service. I stopped using Gmail. I switched to a different user. It took me a while because you can have like 250 accounts or something tied to your email address or more, and you have to spend hours and hours going on to all these different accounts, changing your email address, waiting for a reply, waiting to confirm. But you can do it. There's nothing that stops you. Nobody's going to stop you from doing that. And I really think the system here, in order to comply with or be in line with natural law, They have to do things even when you're in the human incarnated form. They have to do it. They have to show you what they're doing to you. They have to tell you what they're doing to you, and you kind of agree or consent to it by your inaction or compliance. So, hey, oh wow, I'm getting all these 35 people in here. Cool. Thanks for tuning in on this impromptu video. If you're just tuning in, I uploaded a 30-minute video just a little while ago, and the sound is absolutely awful. I can't hear myself on the video. I knew something was wrong right away. I tried to go on YouTube and finding out if there's a way to use the studio to increase the sound, and there isn't. So maybe I'll just be doing phone things from now on. I don't know. This is kind of neat. I am seeing um, I'm seeing your chats now, or your comments. So I did some interviews recently with Mark, as you know, and I wanted to also say something like that. In the past, Mark has also done this where you kind of like connect yourself to other people, and you know, again, it's not a group thing. I'm not in a group mentality with anybody else. There are things that Mark thinks about in his cosmology that I don't totally agree with. That's just his thing, and my thing is my thing. I've done a lot of research, and I have my own views on things. There are people in the past that I thought were sane, and then later turned out to be insane. I think some of you know who they are. One person in particular went off the deep end and disappeared on his YouTube channel, never to be heard from again. I don't know what the hell happened there. Um, so yeah, Mark recommended me, and I recommend him. I actually, in the last video I just posted that has the terrible sound that you can't hear, you can go into the comments and the description section, and this video here is linked there because it's from Mark from 2 years ago, and this shows you how easily sabotaged we are. This is an excellent video about how you're, the hypnagogic state until you're 7 years old, how all this indoctrination and garbage gets into your consciousness through your brain, and how you're sabotaged from the beginning here. And this is an excellent video. I highly recommend everybody rewatch it if they haven't seen it in 2 years, or if you haven't seen it at all, go and take a look at it. So that's what I wanted to say, and I'm gonna end this now. Thanks for tuning in. Maybe I'll do more live. Would you like me to do more live stuff like this? I know it's vertical, but it's easier to hold my phone this way. Is this all right with everybody? Okay, excellent. Of course, in the future, if I do live stuff, I will. What I'll do is I'll obviously let everybody know ahead of time, so you have plenty of time to tune in. All right, thanks everybody. Now I have to figure out how to end this. I don't know how to end this. I have not done a live thing. I've always used like OBS, and I guess I just hit this X thing here. If I go off now, I'll talk to you guys later. Thanks for tuning in, and don't forget to check out those links in the last video in the description section. Talk to you later. Leave your comments. If you have more comments in the comment section, I'll try to look at them later. Thanks. Bye. Oop, there you go.